Okay. Hello, hello. I know I'm still on my starting soon screen. I gotta build up the drama. Welcome. It's finally time. I'm so excited to finally be sharing this model. Ugh. It took a lot of work, more work than my other ones, but I think it turned out pretty good. Let's head on over to nothing. Oh, wait. Oh, you saw a little peek. You can see a little peeksies there. Oh, what's that? Yeah. Alright, well, I mean, as usual, per tradition, we gotta work our way up to the fun stuff. Hey, yo! Don't look too hard down here. I'm still not good at drawing shoes. Ah, well, we're getting a little tease. We're getting into it. You got a little flowing hair. I like my little stockings. A little peek of cute pink stockings, and I got them different leg tattoos going on. A little rose. You can kind of see got little hearts there. I'm trying to like bend down as if I can actually lower it without lowering my mouse. Yeah, look at it. Alright, let's get to more actual fun stuff though. Like the knees. Everybody loves a good knee. Everybody, this is what people come here for, right? With lots of pink. Lots and lots of pink as per usual. And now you're seeing some more details. My fun little garter belt. One of them, spoiler alert, I have a couple fun little garter belts. Let's keep going. Actual clothes. Oh, oh. Stop here for now. Guy, oh my goodness, is that a jacket? And hands? Oh my god, I have more than just feet. There's a torso up there? That's crazy. Yeah, I added more. You can already see it. I'll talk more about the logistics of what I did with this model that's different from my other ones, but you can probably see as I move side to side, I gave some, like, a little bit more sway to my arms and to my hands than are on my other models. I tried to give a little more motion there to, I don't know, make things a little bit more interesting. I'm also not fully hiding my hands. Every other model, I'm, like, completely hiding my hands because I did not wanna deal with them, but this time I made myself actually draw and rig them. And a little jacket, a little cute shorts. Again, a little different. I've only had skirts before, which are a lot easier for me to rig because I don't have to worry about actual leg, but here we got some little booty shorts. I know, way more jiggle. I put a lot more effort into the jiggle this time. Wow. Alright, let's keep moving down. We're not just here for thighs. Stop there. Alright, a little bit more detail on the jacket. You can see I have a little, like, what do we got here? You can see my little pendant. Fun fact about this little pendant here, if you've seen my ending screen and you see my wings, this is the little, like, charm on the pocket is one of the charms that is on my wings. I added it as a nice little detail to the jacket. And of course you can see my belly, my little crop top. Don't stare too much, I'm shy. And also, look at it. I put a bunny. You can see on my one arm here, we got a little bunny design. It's because I'm a little bunny girl. But you got a little bear on the other one, and there is a reason for that. I didn't just randomly add a bear. There is a reason which you will see in a moment here as I reveal a little bit more. Can also, I don't know if you can't really tell with the jacket on, but it says romance on the legs of my shorts there. A little rose design on my little heart buttons. I love the little heart buttons. Although I feel like if I was actually buttoning up this jacket with those heart buttons, I would end up like stabbing myself on the bottom of the hearts probably. Knowing myself, I would probably end up doing that if I was wearing this for real. A little bit more sway of the jacket. Hello, welcome! We're on to showing off the belly. Yeah, I think it's a good time to move a little lower. Not too far. How's this? How much can you see? I'll go a little bit lower. Mouth! There's the top part of the jacket. If you can't read what it says there, across the breastage, it says lover. And I have little headphones. I was a little nervous about drawing these, so I don't draw headphones a lot, but I think they came out pretty good. What do we think? Oh, and also, obviously, I can't believe I didn't point this out first. It's our first peek at the ears. I did really try to add a lot more motion to them than in my base model. I added more flowers so I could play with more movement there, and a little bit more floppiness to the ears, because I'm a very, like, floppy-eared little rabbit girly, right? Like, you gotta get some good sway in there. My turtleneck, a little heart cutouts. Really, this is just my excuse to point out all the little details that I like. Up and oh, it's all peeking my eyes. I didn't mean to reveal those yet. Oh, they do be flopping. Alright, well, you saw a peek of my eye, so I think, is it time probably to reveal the full face? Instead of just being a faceless mystery. Yeah, you can see a little bit more of the hair, too. A little back there. Alright, let's go. Da 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 da! Hello, it's my beautiful face now. Hi. I had some fun new makeup. A nice little smoky eye. A little glitter up in there. And this time, my little facial design, I got some little roses on my cheeks. Hello. And more ear flopping. You can see the ears flop a little bit more clearly now that I'm down here. And my little hair swaying back and forth. My little antenna that I use to taste the wind or whatever, flopping back and forth too. Yeah, I really, on my goth model, which is the previous one I debuted, I switched up the position of the white streaks, but this one is supposed to be a little bit more based off of my, like, default look, so I stayed a little bit more true to where my white streaks are in general. Yeah, I think it looks good, and you can see all right with the little head motion here. Let me zoom in a little bit and get a little bit more face details. Hi, am I really close? Oh god, I'm closer than I thought I was zooming in. Hello, I'm right up on your screens. The antenna to connect to the mothership, yes. The Eros mothership is up there. It's a little droopy though, so my signal isn't that good. I'm getting a repairman to get that fixed. So just like grab me by the antenna and crank that shit up. Of course, I love my favorite thing to give any of my VTubers models is a little eye bounce. Hi. even I get obsessed with just, like, as soon as I finish a model, the first thing I do pretty much when I load it up into VTube Studio to test it out is I zoom in on the face and I just, like, watch the face, watch the little eye bouncing. But yeah, what do you think? That's the well, hold on, actually. This is the full model, quote unquote, but it's not all I have in store. That's right. I talked about it previously. Oh, wait. Adventuring eyes, but reversed. Oh, hell yeah. That wasn't even what I based these off of, but you know, I'll take it. He's got very pretty eyes. But yeah, this isn't all I have in store. I talked about previously on stream that this model I was working on pushing myself in terms of actually giving myself toggles to play with. So let me zoom back out and get in a good position, and I can start showing off those. Oh my god, I'm still too high. There we go. This is good for now. Because you know what? Sometimes when I'm streaming, it's really hot in my room, you know? It just gets so hot. I got my computer going. I got, like, sometimes I turn down my fan to make sure it's not giving me background noise. It just gets so stuffy. I just want to take off a layer or two and, like, cool off a little bit. So I gave myself the ability to do that this time. My jacket can come on and off again whenever I want it to. And you can see some of the more details on my shorts now, actually. If I go up here, you can see, like I was saying, it says romance there on the legs, and you can also see I have these cute little heart charms. They're on, like, zipper pockets here, so they go back to back, back and forth. I got my little rose decal up there, and my little bear arms. Oh my god. Everybody likes some arm content. Let me go back down. But yeah, I'm wearing a cute little crop toppy thing underneath my jacket. A little crop top turtleneck. Sleeveless. I don't know. It looks cool as hell with me. Yeah, and I also, something I like to do when I'm streaming is I like to give myself a little bit of a sweet treat. So, I got a little lollipop. I can take a little lick of my lollipop whenever I want to. Thank you! Thank you, I really appreciate it. I will say this arm was probably the most frustrating part. Am I gonna share with you? Alright, here. Look, take a lick. Go ahead. Take a little lick. Now it's mine. Although, I can't even really properly enjoy my little lollipop. I can't stick out my tongue and take a lick. Yeah. That's right. A little tongue. Yeah. It even wiggles. Look, I gave it. Look. I gave it a little tongue physics, so I wiggle. Nah. Eh. Eh. I have to be careful or my web camera will lose tracking and I'll get my dumb, like, little side eye. I'm getting, like, way too into the lollipop. Can't even imagine the arm would mess things up. Bro, the arm messed up so many times while I was rigging. It was so annoying. It irritated me so many times. I had this elbow joint. Oh my god, bad time. Bad shit. Yeah, I can properly enjoy my lollipop, and if someone's being stupid and annoying, I can stick my tongue out at them like, yeah. Yeah, tasty. If you're wondering what flavor it is, it's cherry. Canonically, this is a cherry lollipop. And then, what else do I got in store? I have the ears. I forgot which one. I have the keybinds, and then I really should like write myself a little cheat sheet so I remember. And I press this one, not fully remembering what it did. But yeah, if I'm feeling a little surprised, well, or if I'm like really listening and I need to be alert, and I can put the ears up and really pay attention, even though my ears are stuffed with flowers. I hear somewhat better. This is how I connect to the mothership. When the antenna is failing, it's just like, got a backup antenna. I can hear you fucking around on the other side of the computer screen. I know what you're up to. With my tongue away. Yeah. There we go. I keep biting my tongue when I talk when it's out, so I gotta remember to put it away before it dries out. And then the last little surprise that I have here is headphones! So remember I said, and we put the jacket back on. Remember how I said there's a reason I gave myself the little bear on one of my arms here opposite the rabbit? It's because I got little bear ears on my headphones. They're bear ears, trust me, they're bear ears, okay? And you can kind of see the effect isn't super dramatic, but when I talk, like when my mouth moves, the little lights on the ears do flicker. Like, ah, 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 ah. See? Yeah, this is how I listen to music. Don't ask how they work with rabbit ears. They just do. You gotta trust me on this. Yeah, so if I really want to, my headphones can be just around my neck, not really listen to music too much, or I'll pop them up when I got a song I want to put on. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so these are the fun little toggles I have prepared. I really pushed myself to make way more than I did last time. Like last time with my Gothic model was the first time I really experimented with toggles. I just made the one like pumpkin head thing, but this time I really wanted to push myself a little bit and make a couple fun ones that I could play around with and mix and match. So that's why we got our little collection of things to fuck around with. Yeah, I hope you like them. They were a bit of a pain. Like here, let me if you don't know anything about rigging, I can give a little insight into how annoying it can be. Like take this jacket for example. I probably could have done it easier to where it wouldn't have frustrated me as much, but during the rigging process, when you finally let's see how I put this. When you are making something a toggle, you basically are making a sliding bar where at 0 it is take the jacket for example. At 0 the jacket is invisible, at 1 the jacket is visible, right? I probably should have done the first thing, make that slider, but I did that part last. And so when I was making it invisible and I was testing out the model, I was like, interesting, why does the jacket flicker in and out of existence? And it was because I only made it invisible because it had like already been rigged at several different like points along the X and Y axis and its physics that it was only invisible at the main point, and I had to go through individually, because I didn't want to re-rig it, to every possible combination of X and Y, and make it invisible on all of those, and it was so annoying. So, yeah, when you're rigging, be smart, and don't be a dumbass like me. But I did try something new with some of the physics. Like before, when I did my physics for the most part on my other models, let me go down a little bit more. I did more of like a bouncy effect, making everything really bouncy. On this one, I really tried to give it more of an actual sway, like you would on actual clothes. So you can see there's a little bit more just like side to side motion rather than bounce. I think it's like especially apparent when you look at my ears here. I really tried to give it more like a sway effect so we feel like more natural, you know? You can see like when I rotate my head like this, where I go side to side. But yeah, so this was a little bit of a frustrating rig, probably because I was just trying a few new things, and experimenting with how I did stuff, but overall, she is one of the ones I am the most happy with, I can definitely say. I am very happy with how she came out. You know what? Let me actually I meant to prepare this, but if you give me a second, I think I can pull up my little, like, initial concept art that I drew for her way back, so I can also show that here real quick. I just need to find it. I, like, sent it to myself. I have a little, like, private Discord where I just, like, send myself bullshit. Um, and I know I put it somewhere in here. Let me search here, see if I can find where I put it. Let's see, those are my little progress things. Where is it? Because I drew the concept for this back in, I want to say, something like August of last year. Oh, there it is. Hold on, I have to download it again. And then I can put it up and show you. I drew this in like August of last year as the initial concept. Because I knew I wanted something that was more of like a casual outfit. Because I love, like, fashion-wise, I love a varsity jacket. I love kind of more like casual clothing, but that's still very cute. So I knew from the start, basically, that I wanted to eventually give myself a model that was like that. So I drew, oh, I'm slowing down while I talk because I'm trying to remember how to put up a picture. Where is it? Image? There we go. And I'll keep talking once I get this up here. And then I'm not, because I can't fucking do things and talk at the same time. Whoa, that's way bigger than I wanted it to be. Hello? I'm still back here. Okay, this is the concept for this model. Like I was saying, I knew I wanted to give myself a more casual look, so I drew this back in August as sort of like a final draft. It's mostly the same. I didn't really change any details too much beyond or between the final concept and then the final model. I think the only thing I changed is you can see like the little straps coming out of the shorts. I ended up going for just like black instead of making them pink. And a few other minor things like with the hair. And oh, I had like rings in the original draft, but I ended up cutting those out. But it stayed mostly, as you can see, the same, and I had already planned out at this point. I knew I wanted the arm up, the jacket to come out, or jacket to come off, and the headphones to go up. And then this was before I decided on, like, the tongue out and the ears up thing as well. But this is what I had planned out from the start, so you can sort of see a little bit of my process, like, experimenting and then final product. What do you think? I think it came across pretty well. Let me hide that now. Oh, I hid me! I hid me! Ah. I guess it's just the concept now. Oopsie. But, yeah. I don't know. That's my little spiel. But I'm glad you guys seem to like it. I am, like I said, very happy with the final result, and I'm very happy to be able to use her going forward. Oh yeah, I will say also other fun little tidbit I can say is that originally, like I said, I drew this back in August, so it was gonna be like the next model I made after my, because I have my default look, and this was going to be the one I made right after that as basically my first alternate outfit. But we were getting really close to Halloween, and I already knew I really wanted to present some sort of Halloween gothic outfit, so the goth model ended up going before this one just because of that, because I wanted to have something to debut alongside Halloween. So after taking a little break after doing that one, I finally busted that concept back out and actually made it a reality. So it took a little longer to actually get to this model, but we finally made it. Yeah. I can smile, give a little frown, give a little pout. Hi. Ah. And the fangs, if you can see here, the fangs stayed. The fangs always stay. Arr, 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 arr. I'll bite you. Yeah, that's it. That's my little showcase for the most part. You got through all my toggles, got through all the physics. What do we think? I do love the little ear sway. That's probably one of my favorite parts, honestly. Honestly, if I'm breaking down what I ended up thinking as my favorite parts of this, I would say like the little sway of the ears. I actually really fell in love with how that looked. And honestly, I like the mouth movements on this one quite a bit. I feel like this is some of the smoothest mouth movements. Obviously, like with the webcam I have, the mouse tracking isn't that super highest quality because I don't have like an iPhone or anything like that. I just have a little webcam. So that's why some of my face tracking, isn't always entirely accurate. But in terms of smoothness, I think this is some of like the smoothest mouth movements I've been able to get. So I do quite like that. I also, I can say something else I'm very proud of for myself on this model. I finally understand how clipping works in Live 2D Cubism. So clipping, is like when you have one layer of something, you clip it onto the layer beneath it, and then it's the layer above that is clipped is not visible anywhere outside of the lower layer. And previously, when I was making my models, I, for some reason, could not at all figure out how clipping worked. I just, I couldn't do it. It was a mystery to me. None of it was working. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. It just was not clipping. So clipping is especially helpful when you're doing stuff like the eyes, because when the eyes close, if you just clip, basically, if you clip all the eye stuff onto the white of the eye, and you just squish the white of the eye with the eye movement, then it makes a very smooth eye opening and close effect. But I couldn't figure out how to do that. So if you'll notice, if you do look really closely on all of my other models, you can see the fact that my entire eye, pupil, iris, everything squishes underneath it. It all squishes, it all gets small and then big again. And usually the eye blinks fast enough you can't really tell, but if you look close, you absolutely can. But now I've upgraded. Now it's a lot smoother. It doesn't look like my eyes are getting all squishy beneath my eyelashes. So that's helpful for things like that and other such areas as well. But yeah, very proud of myself for finally figuring that out. I really don't know what finally made me figure it out because I read the same tutorials and I was doing the same stuff when I couldn't figure it out, but it just snapped into place in my mind where I was like, oh my god, that's how you do it. And I probably could have figured it out sooner. It honestly was not that hard. I think I was just being a little stupid. But oh well. I am just a little stupid and that's okay. That's fine.